National officials of this match. First referee, Mr. Orlindo Eusebio. Second referee, Mr. Ryan Vincent Corpus. Let's call on the starters first for the Nxled Chameleons. Starting with our team captain, jersey number 3, Joanna Maragino. At number 2, Laika Ebon. Jersey number 7, Krish Makaslam. At number 10, Camille Victoria. Jersey number 16, Ivy Laxina. At 17, Camille Cal. Starting libero is number 5, Rachel Dorfina. Midler head coach, Mr. Takayuki Minowa. And now your starting lineup for the Creamline Cool Smashers. Let's start with our team captain, number 2, Alyssa Valdez. Wearing jersey number 1, Kyle Negrito. At number 6, Pams Panaga. Jersey number 14, Bea De Leon. At number 18, Tots Carlos. Jersey number 23, Gemma Galanza. Starting libero is number 8, Ella De Jesus. With our head coach, Mr. Sherwin Menezes. This match is under the game. Supervision and regulations of the games and amusement sport.
Check out the starters for the Nxled Chameleons. Makaslang, Victoria, Ebon, Cal, Horvina, Laxina, and Maraginot. Meanwhile, for the Creamline Cool Smashers, Galanza, Carlos, Panaga, Negrito, De Jesus, Valdez, and De Leon will be the starters for the Cool Smashers, as we are all set for this matchup between Nxled and Creamline. Thank you for joining us here on One Sports Plus and on Pilipinas Live. Dip Dipianco alongside Noreen Go, and Fanny Reyes is our third member of the broadcast team. Noreen, magkaiba yung pinanggagalingan ng teams na to, no? Creamline is fighting to get or solidify a spot in the semis. Although coming from a 5-set loss, ito namang Nxled, they're coming from a win back-to-back already. However, they're out of contention na sa semifinals.
Yeah, and it's also good to note, no, that Creamline, although they came from a defeat, they're still there. I mean, they're still in it. They're still in the fight. But when we mentioned that it's a must-win, because you don't want, again, to rely on the outcomes of the other teams fighting for the same spot.
Yun yung mahirap, as we saw first referee Orlindo Eusebio put out a red card to start this match. That's because Nxled is wearing the wrong uniform assigned to them. So that automatically a point for Creamline bago pa tayo magsimula. But Nxled tying this one up early on.
Well, it's good to see Nxled in high spirits, especially coming off their first 5-setter, number 1, and winning that first 5-setter. So a lot of morale-boosting experiences for the squad.
Right, it's their first in their young career as a franchise here in the PVL. And Creamline responds with their first attack, courtesy of Galanza.
Well, you know, it's good also to tackle. No? You said Creamline is in unfamiliar territory. You know, 2 losses in a season. You see the struggles also of this team, which means other teams are actually getting better. So it's just a matter of seeing the way Creamline responds to that, responds to the situation at hand.
Well, we know all about their maturity. They're a champion team. But other teams are out to get them on their backs.
For sure. I mean, everyone, when you talk about who's your target, it should be Creamline.
Oh, that's an error coming from Camille Cal, and I think she might have hurt herself in the process. Bihira natin makita yun.
Yeah, it's a pretty awkward approach there in her serves. I think it could be the shoe that got stuck.
Oh, but A service error also coming from Pangs Panaga, and a chance for us to send this to Franny Reyes for this report. Franny?
Thanks, Tip. I want to talk more about the mentality that the Nxled Chameleons had in their last game against the Farm Fresh Foxies. Now, they told me they really knew that they could win if they put in the work. And kita naman yun, after those 5 sets, they were able to get the win, so much so that all the players really dedicated. One of those players being Danny Ravenna, who suffered a bad hit to the head in the last game and is out today due to concussion protocol. So Rachel Jorvina will be manning the floor defense for the Chameleons. But we can expect that same aggressiveness and hunger to win, especially against a top-ranked team in the Creamline Cool Smashers. Now, this report was brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Get the most extensive PVL coverage for only 149 pesos a month. Back to the game.
Thank you, Franny, for that update. So we saw Danny Ravenna not suited up. She will be cheering for her team because of that concussion protocol, because of that dive in the previous game against Farm Fresh. Meanwhile, a fair play moment as Nxled admitted to that touch. The service of Tots Carlos sailing out. But going back to that report of Franny, yun yung passion nung Nxled right now as a young team, right? They fight for every ball. And I'm sure Danny doesn't regret going for those loose balls.
There's a term there, buwis buhay.
Yeah.
Right?
Literally.
Literally, I mean, you hit your head. But we are introduced to new and different protocols. We have substitution protocols, COVID protocols, now concussion protocols.
Yeah. Now we are hoping that she will be fine and be able to recover quickly to see her back on the court. Meanwhile, Creamline holds a 1-point lead. Valdez with a serve. Orvina was there for the coverage. Cal. Saved by Galanza. Negrito goes to the lane.
Oh, what a dig.
Laksina able to pop it up. So does Valdez. Negrito back to Bea.
Long rally.
That's right. Good floor defense for both teams. Galanza will try and score.
That's just smart setting by Kylie Negrito. Shoot set, right? And then Galanza puts it away. But we have to say, what digging, what defense by Ivy, Laksina, and the rest of Nxled. Look at that effort.
For both teams.
Yeah.
Ebon.
Oh!
Dug up by Valdez. Back with the white shirts. They go back to Laika. Battle at the net. Galanza again with a score.
Well, if you're Nxled, one thing you should realize is you cannot leave Gemma Galanza alone with one blocker.
This spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin, pasalubong ng bayan.
Yeah, when we saw that bump set back to Gemma Galanza, we knew that was bad news for Nxled.
She scored 11 points in that game against Petrogas. Maraguinot off the block.
Well, that's a great response by Nxled. Joanna Maraguinot challenging the blockers. Look at that, targeting the right hand of Negrito.
You know what's interesting, Nareen? Itong Nxled and Creamline both coming from 5 setters.
Yeah.
And they had 5 players in double-digit scoring, both of them. So we're gonna probably see a lot of attacking in this game too.
And you also see that the players are getting better. I mean, more for Nxled. Good save.
Jesus right there for the coverage. Cal tosses it. Maraguinot. Ivy keeps it up. Joe again.
Oh!
Changing it up. And that works for Maraguinot.
Back-to-back points for Joanna Maraguinot, but what hustle also on the side of Creamline there. That's a great dig by Eliza Valdez. Playable. It's just sad that Tots Carlos couldn't keep that alive.
Pinag-usapan natin yung floor defense ni Eliza Valdez at the top of the coverage and how she's also contributing there. But that service error leads us to the first technical timeout. Creamline up by 2. Arena Plus astig sa sports as we go back inside the Phil Sports Arena for the matchup between the Nxled Chameleons. Jo Maraginot has 2 points to her name. Para naman sa Creamline Cool Smashers, Gemma Galanza leading the way with 3.
But you got to love really the way Nxled is playing here in the first set. Their hustle, they're keeping the ball alive, diving, great defense, and look, it's just a 2-point game.
And the energy is great inside the venue. You can feel that Nxled is pumped up to face itong Creamline as Bea De Leon will serve for the Cool Smashers. Jaila Atienza is now on the floor, by the way, for Nxled. As well as Magi Mangulabnan. Naibalik yung atake ni Victoria. They swing it to Maraginot again. And she scores for Nxled.
Well, someone's got the hot hands right now for Nxled. And what you like is she's challenging the defense of Creamline, unfazed at the net.
And she cuts the lead down to a single point.
Well, what a start by Nxled.
And she's acting as the team captain here without Dani Ravena. There's a net violation for Creamline, which means we are tied at 8-all.
Actually, that was a good pass, a good first ball, but yeah, the momentum of Galanza just propels her into the net.
Yeah. Chance for Nxled to actually take the lead here in this sequence. Negrito inangat kay Galanza, covered by Mangulabnan. Victoria, saved again by Valdez, but another violation. And Panaga says, I didn't touch it, but they will not challenge.
So if she's that sure, then it's probably Galanza.
And parang she didn't contest.
Yeah.
And lead swings to the Chameleons, 9-8.
Oh. I mean, sorry, error, because Maraginot has been playing spectacular today.
Yeah. Too much adrenaline from her
That's
attacks.
true. That's true.
Carried over to that service line. Negrito, also one of the better servers in the tournament. Orvina gets that. Laksina finding the line.
Well, the blockers are there, but she went for it and clips the line there. Laksina's also playing well. Not much sets yet, but it's her chance now in front. But what about her floor defense?
Yeah. A while ago when she was in the back row, tumutulong siya sa coverage.
And digs.
Nxled holding on to this 1-point lead. Oh, good save by Galanza. After Carlos was blocked, but that one drops for Jaila Atienza.
And look at the celebration of Nxled. It's like set point or one. It's also because what a substitution by Coach Taka, no? Bringing in Mangulabnan and Atienza, and you know how precious these points are.
That's what you want if you're Coach Taka, for your players to get that energy,
Yes.
to maintain it.
And they look like they're playing relaxed and light.
Babawi ang Creamline, courtesy of Tots Carlos, who cuts the lead down to 1.
Well, Tots Carlos doing Diana May Carlos things. That's pretty normal.
Mapa off the bench, which she did against Petrogas, or starting, she will get the points in. Chance here for Creamline. And they force a net violation. We've seen a lot of those from both teams here early on.
So you see the aggression at the net, you know, they're eager to block it and too eager that they clip the net.
Deadlock at 11-all.
But what a front line for Creamline right now. Oh, what a dig.
Atienza, steady. Galanza, also steady.
You have to love that set by Negrito because I was talking about the front line. It's Valdez, Carlos, and Panaga. But then she chose to change things up and set it back row to Galanza.
And in between the hands of Kritch Makaslang, Gemma Galanza gets the lead back for Creamline. Good short serve.
Everything.
Defense by Galanza. Carlos will score.
You know, you will appreciate that hit of Carlos because she saw the blocker's hand. She targeted the hand, but with some juice.
That was intentional for Tots Carlos, and Coach Taka will call for time.
Okay, stop thinking. Don't stop thinking. You need to observe. You need to observe player, the Creamline. Okay? Okay na. The hitting point is going to the hitting zone 7. You need to hit it more deeper. Zone 5, zone 1. Okay, group nice. Calm down, calm down. Especially when you hit it.
Short ball.
Wala.
Kaya natin yung ano. Hand pass. Ikot tayo. Harap sila.
A 4-0 run for the Creamline Cool Smashers, which forced Coach Taka to call for that huddle. And he is telling his players not to overthink.
Yeah. Because when they were playing relaxed and playing loose, they're playing well.
Yeah.
And the more that it gets to their heads, that's when the problems happen.
Laksina inside for Ivy. That halts the 4-0 run for Creamline.
And look at that wind sprint from Maging Magulabnan. Why not? She has to be pleased with that set, just a one-on-one.
Like Ebon is back on the floor. Good stint for Atienza.
Yeah.
Was able to get a point. Camille Cal will serve, hopefully a better serve coming from her. This time it's through.
Yeah.
12-13. Carlos on the off speed, picked up by Ebon. Cal says, move away. And point goes to Nxled.
Laksina hits it off the blockers. And then the antenna. That's why that was a point for Nxled.
And this is really going to be a showdown between Laksina and Carlos.
Look at that. Blocker, then antenna.
Yeah.
Good choice. Good choice, Laksina or Carlos.
Parang win-win ka eh.
Yeah.
Sa poll na yun.
That's why we say don't look at the numbers.
Yeah.
Because obviously ahead's Carlos.
Cal goes to Ebon.
Oh!
Saved by De Jesus. It's back with Nxled. Oh, nalunod si Makaslang, and Horvina doesn't get there on time.
But you know, Cal had the right thing in mind. You cannot keep just going to Ivy Laksina. You have to get the others in the play because if not, the blockers are just gonna clamp down on Ivy Laksina. It's just a miscue.
Yeah, but you like the intention
Yeah.
to vary those attacks. Panaga serving
Oh!
inside, and that's an ace for Pangs Panaga.
Well, that's one thing Nxled shouldn't do. Wait for an error. Not because Panaga had a service error early on. You know, you have to expect it to be good.
Creamline is a good serving team, number 3 as a team here in this conference.
Better pass.
Attack saved by Creamline. And that drops in for Tots Carlos.
What's the score? 16-30. I'm gonna ask Tots. At that point, was that intentional?
Well, everyone held their breaths. But Creamline now up by 3. awesome live sports viewing is guaranteed with Signal yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Switch now and get up to 3 months with no cash out. Just visit www.signal.tv/switch for more details. Ivy Laksina now with 4 points for the Chameleons, but the lead is with Creamline and a powerful smash from Tots Carlos.
Well, you have to say that was a great serve by Pangs Banaga, and you cannot give Tots Carlos an overpass. She will absolutely demolish you. She will punish you.
Iiwas ka na lang dahil dun eh, no? But
Hindi ka na nga makaiwas, sobrang bold.
a 4-0 run once again for Creamline. But that works for Laika Ebon.
Sometimes this ill-timed hits, you know, I wouldn't say miss it, but she took something off it. that's what scores. And you'll see Negrito jump for it. A coach will say, stay grounded.
Yeah, they needed that point. Creamline now with a couple of runs. Not what you need if you're Nxled Laksina with a service error.
Yeah, especially when you're down and you're chasing the serves, you want to put it in play. Sometimes nga diba, if you're a coach you want an easy serve, but a good serve than a hard serve that's 50-50.
Yeah. You want that to go inside. Another net touch for Creamline.
Oh, you know, one thing Nxled should realize here, not the strong hits, you know, the off-speed, the weird hits,
Yeah.
the one that, you know, just direct it to the whole of Creamline's defense. That's what they can do.
Right. Change it up.
Yeah.
In other words,
Yeah.
meanwhile, the player of the game from previous one para sa Nxled, Kiara Permentillion, now in the game. Play continues, says the referee, and De Leon says, let's stop this run.
Well, there may be a reason why Creamline was kind of not happy with the no call, because it seemed like maybe a lifting violation
no?
of the blocking. So Negrito just said, just do it again.
Sabi De Leon, ako nang bahala. Back to a 4-point lead. Bit close to the net. Then it turns into a violation.
That is vintage, I would say. Vintage Eliza Valdez for you. Ever since she was in college, you know her for good serving. Vintage overpass.
Too long for Valdez.
Well, even the Phenom has nerves. Nerves setting in. Well, it's just a 4-point game.
Yeah.
You know, if you're Nxled first, you have to get your serves in. And Camille Cal should try to find a solution to Creamline.
Oh, but Ebon also committing that error.
Boy, I can remember 3 already. Not talking about maybe more. There's one from Maraginot, service error. One from Ebon, one from Laksina. And that's as far as I can remember.
And yung una pa si Cal, diba? That awkward.
4.
So that's
At least.
3 points given away. But Creamline also nagkakahawaan.
The energy in this venue really getting to these players.
Contagious.
Yeah.
17 serving 21. Negrito goes to Galanza. And a simple drop works.
That, yeah. I like it that you said simple, because that was just a classic combination play.
Yeah.
You know, a decoy middle and then that differential. Then Galanza just read the defense and saw that hole.
5-point lead for Creamline. Just 3 points away from taking the opening set.
Good serve, but good pass as well.
Oh, ang ganda ng setup kay Victoria. And it led to that net touch.
You know, that's what Cal can do. Try to vary her sets, meaning let the wing hitters, be active so that Panaga, the middle blockers, will have to keep going left and right,
Yeah.
left and right, and hopefully free up the wing hitters of Nxled.
And she recognizes that she can't just keep going to Laksina, diba?
Yeah.
Because that's definitely a marked player. Oh! Makaslang getting that through.
Makasang getting into the action. I was actually surprised because that was a joustable ball that no Creamline Cool Smasher went up the challenge.
And she
It's very near.
She faked the set because second touch pa lang yun eh. But she was like, I'm not gonna risk the double contact.
Yeah.
Might as well dump it in and a point. And the timeout for Creamline.
Okay, isang receive lang muna ulit. Tina-target ka, enjoy.
Okay.
Tapos tayo.
Timing sa block, timing sa block. All in, Creamline!
So back-to-back points for the Nxled Chameleons. Cutting the lead down to 3. Gustong manigurado ni Coach Sherwin Meneses. And a chance coming from the fans of Creamline.
Oh! Good effort though by Nxled to try to dig that, but Toscardas just had enough pace on that.
See that once again, Negrito going to Carlos. And too strong on that attack. Kyle goes to Laksina.
Oh, good cover.
Nilipat kay Ebon. Chance here. Bit tight. They had to ad-lib, but it's back with him.
Whatever works for Creamline.
High free ball, and Kyle will get the point.
That's a smart second ball dump there. I love that actually. I remember who did that really well. Fajardo, right? Those, and even of course Gia de Guzman.
Yes, mga nakatalikod.
Oo.
Ganun eh, no? That's just a feel for where the net is at.
That last minute flip, eh, no?
Nakita ni Kal eh. Nagawa ni Makas lang eh. I can do it too. Meanwhile, Eliza Valdez will put Creamline at set point.
Well, you have to say Creamline is making do here. They know they're being challenged by Nxled, but they're finding a solution.
Yeah. And good that they found that solution early on, no? Dahil Nxled, they also led at the start of the set. And Laksina keeps them alive.
You know, aside from that service error, I would say Laksina's been playing really solid for Nxled.
Laksina had 21 points against Farm Fresh in 5 sets. Another timeout for Creamline as we listen in.
Yes po.
Para hindi dito lang ang receive Kyle,
Yes, coach.
pwede kang tumayang dyan. Pwede ka nang tumayang dyan. Kasi si Eliza naman dito, strong side niya, strong side ni Bea. Ito, strong side dito. Si Jopay nandito. Pag dito ang receive, salita lang tayo, palo lang ng maganda. Pasok yan, panigurado.
Okay po.
Go! All in, Creamline!
Mr. Jonathan Nang, owner of Repisco, obviously supporting Creamline Cool Smashers. And he's also busy because he recently formed a team in the men's division.
Oh, yeah.
He was in Paco Arena the other day.
And tomorrow, it's going to be a huge matchup against Signal. That's something that volleyball fans would look forward to, which is going to happen also here inside the Phil Sports Arena. And a block coming from Joe Maraginot. And back-to-back points for the Chameleons to keep set 1 alive for them.
Oh, there's a challenge, though.
There's a challenge and a call by Creamline. Net touch.
Net touch is what they are asking for, but could also be just to stop the momentum dahil ubos na yung timeout.
That's true, that's true.
Creamline and Nxled with this late run in set number 1.
Well, from our angle, it looked like a clean block.
Looked like it, no?
Yeah, you like the way because Carlos just kind of bumped it over, kind of pushed it over. You saw Maraguinot do the same, nothing special, not much power, just put it over.
A chance for Creamline to also regroup, figure out what to do with the next play, if there is a next play. But let's see, baka sakali.
Well,
that's so close.
looks clean. No. It looks clean and it looks clean and it is clean.
It was the ball, no, dun sa pagbaba. Just grazing the net, which caused it to move. And our score now is 22-24.
Good serve.
Negrito to Carlos. Corvina with a dive. Inangat ni Makaslang. Free ball once again. Negrito to Carlos.
Oh, good stop.
Sent back another one to Valdez.
Oh!
Corvina with a save.
Oh!
Pinababa yun. And also a double contact for Camille Cal. A lot of pressure on that final play. And Creamline takes set number 1.
Yeah, but what defense, though, displayed by Nxled. It's just sad that it had to end that way with a setting error. But what effort, what a set by Nxled.
Right, as we take a look at the highlights of Gemma Galanza, really started this out for Creamline, set the momentum and the bar for them early on.
Yeah, and everybody actually followed suit after that. Carlos had some points, so did De Leon and the likes.
5 points for Gemma Galanza in that set, and Creamline takes set number 1, 25-22. Check out the score from set number 1, which lasted 30 minutes long, 25-22. It was tight na rin from the get-go between Nxled and Creamline. And we talked about some of the errors that piled up for both teams. But we take a look at the highlights. What do you think set Creamline apart in that first set?
First and foremost, I'd say you appreciate the efforts of Nxled, the way they challenged Creamline all the way to the end. You know, they prompted Coach Sherwin to call 2 timeouts.
Yeah.
That in itself, for me, is a feat for Nxled. But you asked about Creamline. Creamline, what you like is they always show that maturity. They are challenged, they have their struggles, but when they need to score, they do. Let's look at some numbers. Creamline, boy, look at the attacks of Nxled. They're just down by 1, 13 to 14. Blocking went their way, negated by the aces of Creamline. Well, it's that close, you know. 10 errors on the side of Nxled, 8 for Creamline. But it's more of Creamline was able to erect a lead that was comfortable enough to withstand a Nxled challenge.
Right, and we start off with a service ace here in set number 2. By the way, thank you for joining us here on One Sports Plus and on Pilipinas Live. Dip Dipianco with Noreen Go and Franny Reyes as our courtside reporter. And also, mabigat yung dalawang 4-0 run ng Creamline. That's what allowed them to overtake itong Chameleons.
And like, that's the padding.
Negrito goes to Panaga, who puts Creamline on the board here in the second set.
Well, what about the setting of Negrito here, you know, trying to distribute the ball really well because she knows the options she has. So it will be such a waste if you don't use one of them.
Yeah. 1-all to start this set. Laksina with the approach. Show flat.
That was a flat hit, you know, just a little bit flick of the wrist there.
Creamline gets the lead as Galanza will serve. Ooh. Muntik na. But a service error and a chance for us to send this to Franny Reyes for this report. Franny?
Thanks, Dip. I got to speak with Gemma Galanza earlier before the game, and she told me that after their loss to the Petrogas Angels, Coach Sherwin asked them to do a lot of introspection, you know, reflecting on what went wrong, what they can improve on, and what they can do together as a team. And one of those things that Gemma mentioned to me is really to improve on their attacking. They're experiencing maybe less errors this conference, but their attacking is nowhere near what they've seen in previous conferences. They need to go double time, more tiyaga, at huwag magmadali. They also need to communicate better and be less predictable. Now, before this set, Coach Sherwin did remind the girls to be more disciplined, so we can expect an even more formidable Creamline in the coming sets. This report is brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Get the most extensive PVL coverage for only 149 pesos a month. Let's go back to Pangs Panaga serving.
Thank you, Franny, for that report. Gemma Galanza recognizes that yung potential ng Creamline and what they can do. And for her, they're not content yet sa pinapakita nila this conference.
Well, of course, you know that their standards are different because they have multiple titles below their belt, right? They have that. So, yeah, we do see it also. You know, when we watch their games, we do see the weaknesses. But these are just challenges that's part of a team's journey.
Yeah. And you also can't deny the fact that yung mga teams, diba, they're catching up.
Yeah. Teams are getting better. We have to give it. That's what we love it.
Yeah.
And they thank Creamline because Creamline's the one who set the bar.
Exactly. Oh, Valdez.
What a dig.
Dug up by Horvina. Laksina. Buhay pa. Galanza with a bump to Carlos. And the point. That's not an easy set to give.
It's not an easy set to give. It's not an easy ball to hit. These are the toughest ones. The one from the back. People call it out of system. It's a bump, but Tots Carlos, come on. She is not human. Nah. You know, that's how good she is.
Yeah. Oh, Galanza and Carlos working for that point.
Oh!
And an ace to her name, Tots Carlos, now with 8 points.
That clipped the line there. Just enough power and top spin. Better pass.
Ebon. Atienza read that perfectly. Naibalik. Nilipat kay Valdez. Alysa. Picked up by Maraginot.
The defense.
Cal goes to Laksina.
Oh!
Sent back by Atienza. And Ebon will finally score.
They needed that. You know, from someone other than Ivy Laksina hitting the strong hits. Cal, great set to the back. Look at this. The blockers were so slow to close. But what about the digging of both these liberos?
Yeah.
No, Atienza, Urbina, De Jesus.
Atienza is number 10 in that category of digging. Danny Raven is actually 7th, but again, Nxled missing her services in this match. Maraginot goes down the line, and she ties this one up at 5-all.
And that's a good sign for Nxled. You know, the confidence that she's showing us in this game reminds me of when she was in Ateneo.
Yeah.
Right? She just kept going. You know, all these smart hits by Jo Maraginot.
That goes inside for Ivy Laksina. You can really see based on the reaction na hindi sinasadya yung mga ganun eh, no?
I was gonna say, they will take it.
Laksina gives Nxled the lead here in set number 2. Joust. Ebon. Just out.
Well, if you're like a Ebon, you don't want to go for too much angles, too tough an angle, because she was successful going to zone 6.
Team captain, Liza Alves.
6-all here in the second set. Oh, tough one-hand set. Negrito to Galanza, and she goes down the line as well.
Classic Galanza hit down the line. And what you like is when she goes for that hit, she looks for the blockers. Look at
Iniiwas
that.
eh.
Yeah. And how precise was that? Line ball.
Kita niya si Coach Taka lang yun nandun eh. Eh, hindi naman pwede mag-receive or mag...
Si Coach Taka yung pin. Yung peg.
That one went wide. But this game has been really close.
It's been an entertaining game. I mean, a lot of people counted Nxled out. Oh, that's gonna be a quick game, but no. They're here to play.
Right. Combination, naibalik ni Victoria. Chance here for Nxled. Cal goes to Maraginot. On that tough angle. And into the stands, a point for the Chameleons, who bring us to the first technical timeout.
Nxled Chameleons. 7, Creamline Cool Smashers.
Arena Plus astig sa sports, and we are back inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig. The good sides of a crowd for this final match this Saturday. A triple header here in the PVL All-Filipino Conference. A couple of straight set wins. Una for Galleries Tower High Risers, beating Farm Fresh. And then a while ago, before this one, Chocomucho over Strong Group Athletics. But this is our focus right now. And Galanza has been one of the main scorers for Creamline this match.
It's like press rewind plus press play. Same result.
This spike of the set is brought to you by Duncan, pasalubong ng bayan.
Right? Right? Same Galanza, same down the line.
tied at 8-all.
Good serve.
De Leon with that good first ball leads to a drop for Galanza, but picked up by Nxled. Ebon.
The dig.
Carlos was there. Pipe attack from Valdez, popped up by Laxina. Here comes Joe. Straight to Gemma. They go to her on the attack. Set back. Nilipat kay Carlos.
Oh, long rally.
And that sails out, but there was a touch. Victoria was confident that a blocker was responsible for that ball sailing out.
Oh, Coach Sherwin is clearing something with first referee Lindo Eusebio.
Yeah, he's confident. He's very sure that he saw.
I'm actually, I want to clear this because no challenges are being made.
Oo nga eh. Maybe they don't want to waste it too.
Okay. What I heard was the first referee saying sa likod. There's no challenge for that.
Yeah,
Check from
right,
the defense,
right.
not from the block. I'm gonna look at the replay.
Yeah.
What's the score?
Pagkatapos ng game eh, nababalikan.
Sometimes you want to see that, no?
But Creamline could argue that ball don't lie. I mean, there's such a thing.
Poetic justice.
Meron din palang ganun sa volleyball eh, no? But we are tied at 9-all.
You'll be surprised.
Negrito with a serve.
Another good one.
Cal to Maraginot. Valdez with a steady floor defense. And Carlos puts it away.
But you see Creamline stepping on the gas here. You know, they know that they were struggling at the start of the set, but right now, look at that. And you have to say, no, in our pregame, we talked about the defense of Eliza Valdez. She's being targeted, but she has been delivering, and same today.
Good serve. Leads to a free ball for Creamline. Negrito chooses Carlos. And down it goes for Tots Carlos.
You know, for Creamline, I've said it before with Galanza, I'll say it now with Tots. Same. Same set, same person, same cross.
And changes for Coach Taka here. Putting in Mangulabnan in Atienza.
But you know what is the struggle now for Nxled is their passing. You know, the serves of Creamline has been challenging them, and they've been that again.
Oh, look at Valdez again with a save. 3-0 run for Creamline. Make that 4.
Oh, I'll add to what you said. Valdez, same again. Carlos, same again. They get the point again. Carlos, 3 straight points.
Don't fix it if it ain't broke.
Yeah. But Nxled's got to calm down. I mean, what a great start here in the second set, but now they're passing. It's giving them all sorts of, but that's better.
Yeah. Mangulabnan. But the block coming from Panaga doesn't allow Nxled to stop the run, and they call for time.
Line ako, line. Kahit sobra lang daw ako line. Sige lang, tinapan mo lang talaga. Pwede mo na makita mo. Sige, line pa rin. Oo, makalas na rin na. Cross na lang. Let's go! Tara! Buhay! Isa pa!
Okay, so follow the tactical first. Okay,
Let's go!
Positioning, defense positioning. Again, follow tactical. Again, fighting.
Let's go! Tara! Focus! Salba lang yan!
Timeout called by the Nxled Chameleons because Creamline again starting to pull away earlier this time kasi nung set 1, dikit pa at this part.
Well, that's why they've been successful. You know, I mean, they just know what to do. You know, Great defense. Give it to Tots. Give it to Gemma. You know, great decision making on the side of Negrito.
Good response, though, after the timeout coming from Maraginot.
Much needed point for Nxled.
Nabitin. Nabati.
We saw that also in the first set. Remember, after Maraginot was playing well, then the service error.
You can't let your guard down here as Galanza serves 14-10. Again, the first ball hasn't been the best for Nxled in this set. Negrito inangat kay Valdez on the drop.
Right? That's what I mean when I said Creamline always knows what to do. Just read the defense of Nxled. Drops, cross courts.
Oh, Valdez showing a different kind of attack. But still effective.
Yeah, telling Nxled, you've never seen this?
I've been doing this for years.
Victoria on the hit out.
Oh, Victoria scores off the block.
And you know, right now, look at the front row or the front line of Nxled, Makaslang, Atienza, and Laxina. This is a pretty formidable front line, so you want to take advantage of this.
And a tall one at that.
A tall one. They should get a couple of blocks here.
Oh!
What? What?
Are we even surprised? Eliza Valdez knows what she's doing. And she brings us to the second technical timeout. Back inside the Phil Sports Arena for the continuation of the matchup between the Creamline Cool Smashers and the Nxled Chameleons. Remaining games ng Creamline on your screens. Not easy.
Not easy. Oh, I'm sure the fans are going to anticipate the last two games. Chocomucho 18-25 PLDT.
Those are the top two teams right now in the conference.
And any of those matches could be final.
Yeah.
Diba? Parang preview eh. Pwede. Here are your options. Option A, option B.
And the thing is, they have to win all because yung Cherry and Petrogas andun pa.
Yeah, yeah. Oh.
Valdez again. Nobody there to pick it up. Caught flat-footed, and that's the Eliza Valdez effect.
You know, that's exactly what happened there because it took a while for the ball to actually touch the floor, but everyone was just so tense and, you know, slow to react.
More shuffling here. Starters are back with Cal and Ebon entering the court. This is a huge lead by Creamline, the biggest in the game so far for them. Cal, De Leon with a pickup. Negrito to Carlos and Laxina reading that perfectly.
That's what we're saying. You know, if you have a Laxina, a Makaslang, and whether or not it's Atienza or the San Ebon, they need these blocks. They have to use their height to their advantage.
Saradong sarado.
Yeah.
But still a 6-point lead for the Cool Smashers. Cal with the serve. Negrito sends it to Valdez. And again, she scores.
Boy, what a game by Eliza Valdez here. We talked about her defense. What about her offense?
You know, she only scored 2 points in set number 1. But right now, she has scored 5 in set 2 for a total of 7 para sa Cool Smashers.
Better pass.
Laksina. Violation for her.
Well, everything working for Creamline, even the blocking, aside from the fact that Laksina went into the net,
Yeah.
but the block was there.
8-point advantage for Creamline.
Oh,
And the service ace for Tots Carlos.
boy, Nxled, really, their first pass has left them, has left the building this second set.
They have to look for it. Baka nandyan lang sa labas. It was here nung set 1.
Snack. Oh, that's a better pass.
Back set to Ebon.
Come on.
Steady defense for Galanza.
Come on.
And Valdez gets another point.
Boy, this is the Creamline their fans are used to seeing. Finding an answer to any problem that's presented.
Look at that. Easy for Valdez and a timeout for Nxled.
Yung chance ball nila kasi pinapalo pa rin nila ng malakas. So let's go, girls. Tayong may first attack. Tayong first chance para mag-play, di ba? Or isang magandang ano lang tayo, atake tayo. Mag-receive ng maayos. Huwag kang kumilos. Tara. Tapos absorb lang. Tangi ka tayo, girls. Tangi ka. Receive na maayos. Set na maayos, atake tayo.
Okay, wait lang. Ayusin muna natin yung galaw ng bawat isa bago natin ayusin yung galaw ng lahat. Position muna. Position per position muna tayo. Let's go.
Laban tayo. Hindi pa tapos yan.
Next time.
Coach Taka not joining that huddle, probably strategizing. Ano bang kailangan gawin na adjustments?
Di ba nagzo-zoom?
May meeting pala.
Meeting pala.
But really, this is a huge lead for Creamline and everyone trying to add to that huddle. Saying we have to fix our positioning first. Yun yung problema.
And also the overpasses, di pwedeng bitawan.
De Leon scoring for Creamline.
Everyone really contributing for Creamline.
Nagpapakiramdaman eh. Even in that ball dropping, it was right in front of Ebon and Cal. And they can't be tentative. They have to be sure who will get the first ball.
That's true. Decisive.
Yeah. Maraginot goes to Laksina. Carlos was there. Negrito again to De Leon. And BDL will score.
And it's hard, I would say, Dim, it's hard to play against a Creamline with this amount of confidence. You know, after starting out slow, when they found it, boy, they're not gonna look back.
So much confidence. Gusto nang buhatin ni Bea De Leon si Cal Negrito. Set point once again for the Cool Smashers. Cal. Upset to Laksina. Chance here for Creamline. And Valdez will finish it off. He had to wait for that ball to drop. But it was eventually gonna fall. And the Creamline Cool Smashers will take set number 2. That move is brought to you by Honda Motorcycle.
Boy, what a set by Creamline. This is classic Creamline volleyball for you, you know. Good challenge by Nxled, but Creamline had the response.
Oh, we saw some of those highlights. But here, more coming from Tots Carlos, who was able to score 7 points in that set number 2.
Well, at the latter part of that set, it was Tots Carlos on the service area, and she did not falter. How many serves did she have? 4 or 5? But she brought Creamline to the end of that second set.
Right, we take a look at the scores, 25-22, 25-12 in the second one. We'll give you the third one right after this. Back inside the Phil Sports Arena, and the scores on your screens, 25-22, 25-12. A whole different set number 2 for the Creamline Cool Smashers. But Noreen, we were talking about how well they played in that set number 2 and the confidence that they've gained with Eliza Valdez also playing so well.
First, we have to say it was a good start again by Nxled. It looked like, you know, they're on their way to maybe winning set number 2. But what happened, the biggest difference in that second set was when they were having problems passing.
Yeah.
They couldn't get, you know, their place to go. And after that, Creamline just was on a rampage.
Right.
And you're right, Eliza Valdez, and we were talking about it, right? Off the air, Eliza Valdez, when she is playing this way, she inspires the entire team. Look at the numbers, 10 points difference in attacks. And 2 errors for Creamline.
Right.
2 errors. Creamline is known to have the tendency to commit a lot of errors, but 2 errors, that's how nearly flawless they played, you know, from the midpoint all the way to the end. So Nxled, so they're happy where they are. Their fans are happy. Nxled, calm down. Remember how you started this game. Remember the first set and the start of the second set.
Right.
You know, you cannot let your guard down. We heard it. Overpasses, kailangan bantayan. So it's the same attitude. You just have to keep challenging and challenging.
Right. Bring back that set 1 type of play that they did for Creamline. Nabawasan yung errors. They had 8 in set number 1. Then they limited it to just 2 in set number 2. And Valdez and Tots Carlos scoring 7 points each in set number 2. For a total of 13 now for Carlos, 9 for Valdez. Galanza has 8. As we are about to begin set number 3 here on One Sports Plus and on Pilipinas Live. Dip Dipianco with Noreen Go on call for this match, and Fanny Reyes is our courtside reporter. Yung first ball na naman, no, for Nxled.
Yeah. One thing also Nxled can do, no? Let's say they have these errant passes. you try to convert the system sets.
Yeah.
Easier said than done, but they are talented enough.
Our rally still ongoing. Cal, good intention. There was an open spot, but just too long for Camille Cal.
Yeah, she knew it. I look at her reaction. I thought she was gonna celebrate. She gave a frown.
Sumobra, and Creamline gets the first point of this set. Oh, but there will be a challenge.
There's a challenge on a call by Nxled Chameleons.
So it wasn't a frown.
Let's see if they will be able to turn that frown upside down. And yan, numamin na.
Oh, so it wasn't a frown.
Could have gotten away with it and then eventually nag-challenge. Well, it was Panaga who gets that fair play moment.
Well, then you see, Camille Cal can go to that more because she can start to be aggressive and start attacking. She is another option.
Good serve. Carlos. Oh, Victoria gets a touch on it. Ebon will give up a free ball. Panaga. Combination to Carlos.
Oh, good dig.
Dig by Victoria. Galanza. Ebon was there for the pickup. Here comes Ivy. De Jesus was there to cover. Tots again. Set back. And the blocking for Nxled. As we send this to Franny Reyes for this report. Franny?
Thanks, Gip. Coming from the huddle of the Nxled Chameleons, it was clear that that first pass was really causing a problem for them. There was no reception, no coverage, and no support amongst the Chameleons inside the court. Something that all the players were aware of and were holding each other accountable for. It reminds me of the conversation I had with Cal before the game. What helped them win against the Farm Fresh Foxies was the tiyaga and communication. Not just any communication, but really efficient and consistent communication inside the court, which helps them move better as a team. And playing against the Creamline Cool Smashers, they need that fluid movement, they need that coverage, that first pass, but most of all, they need that grit because they are more than ready for a possible another 5 sets. Now, this report was brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Get the most extensive PVL coverage for only 149 pesos a month. Back to the game.
Thank you, Franny, for that report. Well, you can see from Nxled that they're keeping up with Creamline, and I don't think they lack any of that grit. Gusto nila, gutom sila. It's just a matter of containing the Creamline Cool Smashers, which isn't obviously an easy thing to do.
Especially if you have Eliza Valdez playing that way, inspiring. But you know, when you look at the score, Nxled is still ahead.
Yeah.
You know? They'll get their kills, but what's your response?
Laksina checked. Carlos. Orvina for the pickup. Cal back sets Ebon. Yes, that drops.
Well, this is where you know Ebon's contribution is going to be big because Laksina's going to be marked. Although she is, we know what she can do, no? But you want to add variety to their offense. And if Ebon is like creates an impact for Nxled, that's gonna get Creamline to think. Oh!
Service ace for Ivy Laksina. And that one is her 10th point of the game. But you were mentioning Laika Ebon, no? If she can emerge as the third scorer right behind Laksina and Maraginot, malaking tulong yun.
Yes. And that will distribute the... They'll take it, another ace. Now I was saying that's going to also distribute the focus of Creamline in terms of defense.
Back-to-back aces for Ivy Laksina.
She'll take it. She knew she got lucky.
Coach Taka enjoying that point. 4-point lead for the Chameleons. Picked up. Here comes Maraginot on the drop. Well, this was there. Tots again, and she scores.
You know, Nxled has been successful in stopping Tots Carlos, right? Couple of blocks on her. But look at this. She took some pace off of that just to get it over, just to, you know, not get blocked. That's a good example of how you adjust.
Yeah. 14 points now for Carlos, over received. And Negrito will take that point.
Well, Makaslang forgot that Negrito can do that too, not just Camille Callum.
Using her left.
And remember the huddle when somebody, I think it was Joe Maraguinot saying that huwag pabayaan yung regalo.
Oh, this time the lefty does not work for Maraguinot. And back-to-back points for the Cool Smashers to cut the lead down to just 1.
Yeah, they have to be careful. No, Nxled, another good start. Go.
Poor read there as Carlos getting that ace.
You know, Dave, when we're saying you have to be careful, meaning Nxled has got to take care of their space. Like defense at the net.
Yeah.
Regalo, you have to take care of that. Well, that's a better pass.
Those are the points that they will look back at.
Yes.
Sayang. Valdez.
The dig.
Dug up by Horvina. Here comes Maraguinot. Cal got a touch.
Oh, good effort.
Muntik pa, no, with that kick from Rachel Horvina.
But then, okay, Nxled lost that point, but you appreciate the effort.
Yeah.
And then if you're the coach, okay, you tried. You know, kaysa you'll see that it's gonna drop. You know,
Yeah.
you don't take, you don't block, you don't challenge.
You still want to see the effort.
Yeah.
Cal, inangat kay Maraguinot. Easy pickings for Carlos. Same with Cal. Horvina bumps it to Joe. Ililipat kay Ebon.
Good cover.
Negrito was there. Valdez. Ivy saves it. Joe again. No. And the point for Creamline.
Boy, the blocking of Creamline just frantic, but on point.
Ang hirap itawid ng bola, and Creamline brings us to the first technical timeout. Arena Plus Astig sa Sports, and we are back inside the Phil Sports Arena. Set number 3. Again, a good start for the Chameleons. But then Creamline again overtaking at this part of the set.
And this was about the same time when they started pulling away. So Nxled, finally got to find an answer. Go, good effort, good effort.
Horvina and Ivy keep it alive.
Oh,
Saved there by Atienza. Cal goes back to Ebon. To no avail still. Valdez. Coverage is there. The bump. Then the net violation.
boy, that was a hard-earned point by Nxled, but they will take it.
Oh, Ebon is giving it her all. I think went up thrice in that rally.
Well, kudos to the blocking of Creamline, right?
Yeah.
Except for that net violation.
1 point game. 7 serving 8. And a point coming from Kyle Negrito.
Just makes it look so easy. Look at this, like one motion.
Kaya ko rin yun. She and Camille Cal also scoring here in this game. Alyssa Valdez now with 10 points. Service coming in. Outside for Valdez.
Well, I'm looking at her serves. It seems like, I could be wrong, she moved closer to the service line. So maybe she wants to move back a bit.
Konting adjustment.
Yeah. Good pass.
Roofed by Cal and Victoria. And you want to do that because Galanza was getting a lot of points, especially in set number 1.
Right. And it's good that they decided to block the cross because Galanza normally goes down the line.
Deadlock at 9-all.
Oh, what a dig.
Good save by Horvina. Victoria with the easy over. Kyle to Gemma. She picks it up. Trying to go down the line. A point is given to Creamline.
Camille Cal tried to sell the no contact when she was called fine. Yes.
The referees won't be fooled.
Yeah. Right? She tried to sell it. Ala, celebrate. Fine.
10 serving 9.
Good pass.
Oh, look at that play. Battle of the setters in that 1-2 play.
Both have been successful, mind you.
Look at that.
I like the stretch. You see the arc in the back.
Parami na sila ng parami na rin, the setters who can do that. 10-all. Negrito goes to Panaga.
Such a smart play by Negrito, really going to Panaga, really changing things up. And you know what you like about Creamline? No? The middles are always ready. Sometimes, mega blockers, if they keep acting as decoys, kapagod yun, you know? And they take some drama off of that being a decoy. But no, I mean, Creamline's always just ready.
Second try for Nxled. Again, sent back. Ivy. Third try for the Chameleons. Laksina again. Oh, Negrito picked it up. Atienza will set this up for Carlos. Tots on the drop. Ivy read that one. Long rally.
Good rally.
Ongoing.
Still.
Cal.
Oh!
And that one going to Victoria.
You know, Victoria, unsung hero for me, for Nxled, been very simple. But she gets her blocks, right? She gets her digs, and then now she gets the kill.
Ubusan ng bala in that sequence. But Nxled had that one. And we are tied at 11-all.
Good pass.
Carlos hit the antenna. And just like that, Nxled are up by 1.
Well, if you're a fan of Nxled, you like the way they're playing here in the third set, especially after that onslaught in the second set, that Creamline pull away.
12 serving 11. Negrito, Galanza with a push. Cal to Ivy. Asking for a check. It sailed out initially.
Pangs Panaga saying, I didn't touch it. You know, I got a green card already.
Have a good history
Yeah.
of being honest.
So chances are it wasn't a check ball.
And I was also looking at Coach Taka, parang wasn't too happy with that attack of Laksina that went out. Looks clean.
No touch. Told you chances are. Panaga said she didn't touch it.
Challenge is unsuccessful. When it's served.
Unsuccessful challenge for Nxled, which means we are tied once again. Oh! The block for Pans Panaga.
Boy, that was a solid stuff block.
And she is number 2 in blocking.
Boy, they are working. Ivy Laksina in the defensive end.
Able to check. Nilipat kay Valdez. And another block. This time it drops.
Yeah, they get one right back. And stuff block on the side of Nxled.
That should fire them up, blocking Eliza Valdez. That was Scritch Makaslang getting that rejection.
Chance for Nxled.
That drops for Laika Ebon. And lead swings back to the Chameleons.
Boy, that net seemed rubbery. The ball is like dangling. And that's a good sign for Nxled. Now the question is, Dip, can they protect this lead?
Yeah.
They've worked so hard to get to this point.
9 excellent sets, 3 points for Cal.
Oh!
Iniwan.
That is a no-no, you know? Miscommunication or wanting your teammate to do the work.
Right, this spike of the set is brought to you by Duncan Pasalubong ng Bayan. You would rather have 2 players go after the ball than no one.
And collide even.
Cal goes to Makaslang. A drop for Valdez. Naibalik.
Yeah, good save.
Eliza again. This time Maraginot was there. Cal goes to Ivy. Wide.
Yeah, she knew it. You know, again, you see the difference of a stuff block. It changes the decision-making of the hitter. Ivy Laksina was stuff block, so she tried to go down the line with Gigil.
Yeah. And that can't happen. You still have to stay patient.
Yeah.
15-14, the closest set so far. Palitan ng puntos and Ebon ties this one up.
15 all.
Well, you like the contributions of Laika Ebon, no? When she's given her set, you did say, no, the third option.
Yeah.
Scoring option.
Especially that Maraginot hasn't scored here in set number 3. Carlos. Outside. Balik ang lamang sa Nxled. And we go to the second technical timeout.
Nxled. Team Creamline.
Arena Plus astig sa sports as we go back to set number 3 in a tightly contested matchup. It's been a neck and neck here in the third set. Palitan ng lamang, palitan ng puntos.
And you're happier for Nxled because remember the second set was a lopsided set.
Yeah.
Normally a team would just okay, let's just let it go. But Nxled is fighting here in the third set. So you like that for that organization.
Right. And they're up here by 1. Horvina saves it. Cal goes for the set. Sumobra. But naibalik sa Creamline. Valdez. Ivy deciding at the last second. Coverage again for Horvina. Same with Galanza. Carlos.
Boy, it looked awkward because it wasn't a set she liked. But who cares? Dos Carlos, you just throw the ball and she will try any which way. Right, you can see she had to twist her right shoulder.
Hitting a blocker in the process. And a service ace.
When they need a point, Dos Carlos just comes up with the goods.
Guess what? That is Tots Carlos's 4th ace. 4 aces now for her and 18 points in total.
Wow. Oh, well, normal. Oh!
Inside. And BDL signaling that's inside with that follow through.
Stat 1. Dea de Leon.
And a timeout for Nxled.
Ate,
Let me check the board. Don't need to hit thing or it's cross the net. That's how to take a point.
Ate, yan na yung rotation ha, na natagal ni Coach
That was a
Master.
thought sub. It's not fast. Right? It's not contribute, it's not me. Try to using a step work. Okay. It's not strong. 1 point. Same this rotation. Okay, 1 point down. Side out.
Say isa lang, ha? Chameleon! Nxled!
Go.
Words of encouragement coming from Coach Taka Minoa. And asking for a side out as they are trailing by 2 points here in set number 3. And Tots giving them problems to deal with here in the set.
Oh, that's a better pass.
Good defense again for Galanza. Valdez roofed. And a point for Nxled.
Well, the defense of Nxled stepping up here in the third set. And that's what you want to see, you know, the constant learning, adjusting, knowing the tendencies of your opponent. So you see Ebon covering the cross,
Yeah.
even if it's a one-on-one.
17-18. Joust. It's with Creamline. Valdez. Picked up by Maraginot. Back row from Ivy.
The dig. Oh!
And Valdez will score.
You know, the power Eliza put into that hit, it's like you feel the bass in your heartbeat there. Diba? Just added some spice to that.
You can only feel for the opposing player na tatanggap ng palong yun eh.
Is that Victoria?
I think that was, yeah.
Oh, but in fairness to Victoria, her digging is where, you know, has been there today.
On the attack, Galanza tried to save it. The effort was there.
Victoria from the middle.
And you like that from Creamline, but Nxled will take the point.
Boy, one thing you also see from today's game, both teams not really resorting to substitutions. We saw a bit of Atienza and Mangulabnan, but Creamline,
Wala eh.
nada.
Yung libero yung nagpapalitan, si De Jesus and Atienza. Ivy was there for the pickup. Here comes Maraginot. Kept alive, Valdez. Not enough space. And the right time for Maraguinot to join the scoring here in set number 3.
But someone's got to heat up for Nxled. Could be Maraguinot, could be Ivy Lacsina. Someone's going to lead them to a third set win.
19 all. Timeout by Creamline.
Kasi kung tayo na may receive, makakapress ako, makakados ako. O best mo, dos. Hindi pwede, kitang-kita na yan eh. Ha? Magre-react lang tayo. Pag walang receive, taas mo lang konti. Lalo na pag nandito. Ha? May back row pa naman tayo.
Okay.
Grab this opportunity, ha?
Okay, let's go. All in, Creamline!
Okay!
I like this.
Timeout called by the Cool Smashers. As we are now tied at 19 all.
Well, Nxled for me they have to be prepared. You can see the numbers of Ebon. I was gonna say they have to be prepared for Creamline fighting back, but that's not the way to prepare by giving away a service.
Not the time for those errors para sa Nxled. And they will once again field in Mangulabnan and Atienza.
15, Atienza, in.
When Coach Taka called Maji Mangulabnan, it's like a kid going to a candy store, so excited to come in.
That one picked up by Galanza. Good dig by Maji. Victoria with easy over. Negrito will go to Carlos. Popped up by Ivy, high up.
Oh,
Ooh.
near the net, yeah. Wasted opportunity for Nxled. Because, you know, for me, I always say, everything you do has to have a purpose. You know, that bump set, what did you want to do?
Yeah.
Did you want somebody to hit it or bump it over? But you shouldn't hit, you know, bump it too near the net.
And a 2-point cushion for Creamline, but down to 1 again after Victoria getting that point.
Yeah, that's a huge hit by Camille Victoria there, much needed.
And Nxled continuing to play catch-up.
But again, you like the fight in them. It's similar to the first set.
Negrito goes to Panaga, inside for Banks.
Again, the time that Negrito chooses her middles, crucial and unexpected.
3 points away from winning the match. And look who will enter for Creamline.
You know why? You know why. Rich Gumabao is really one solid player. And it's closing time.
Negrito goes to Carlos first. That drops. Creamline smelling this victory.
Yeah, and the reverse substitution for Coach Taka.
24 out to Evan.
You know, blockers were there. You can see it just, Tots Carlos just overpowers him.
Nxled Chameleons.
But also high ball. You need to get him used to hitting it. It's okay. Setting Ivy. So we cross it. Okay, cover tayo. Ibang cover. One to cover. To hit ka right? Now to hit. Fast. Okay, come start to prepare. Okay na. Don't sing, don't give up. One side out. We still have a chance. Okay? One time.
Timeout called by the Chameleons. This game slowly slipping away from their hands. And the Cool Smashers are 2 points away from winning this match.
And they have a full front line.
And a block to put the Cool Smashers at match point.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Mitch Gumabao with that. I want to see.
Yeah,
I want to see.
It looks like it came from her. What a time to deliver that block for Michelle Gumabao. And 4 match points for Creamline. Cal to Laksina.
Oh.
Here we go. Chance for them. Tots. Not yet. Ivy. Atienza saves it. Carlos the push. Saved still. What a bump to Laksina.
Yeah.
Play continues. Negrito binigyan si Gumabao.
Oh, still alive.
Nxled not going down just yet. Another try for Creamline. Gumabao! And the finisher for Creamline as the Cool Smashers get their 7th win of the conference.
You know, it was expected. We knew why she was put inside by Coach Sherwin because it's closing time, we said. And it really gave me, you know, the past game days, I've been getting goosebumps. That's another goosebump moment.
Well, what a rally for that final point. And it ended on that exclamation point coming from Michelle Gumabao. We take a look at the highlights of Negrito's setting for this match.
Yeah. I mean, her decision-making, I keep saying, has been on point today, you know. It wasn't perfect. You know, they had their struggles. You have to give it to Nxled. A great game by Nxled, especially in the first and the third set. But Negrito just had the right mindset.
Yeah. And ultimately, the victory for the Cool Smashers. And we will wrap this one up after this break. And we are back here inside the Phil Sports Arena to wrap this one up. Straight set victory for the Cool Smashers. And our very own Franny Reyes is with the best player of the game. Go ahead, Franny.
Thank you so much, Dip. I'm with our phenomenal player of the game of 11 attacks. None other than Alyssa Valdez. Alyssa, congrats on the 3-set win. Earlier, pinag-usapan natin yung identity ng Creamline Cool Smashers. So, can you share with everyone here how that identity helped you win and bounce back today?
Well, if the going gets tough, diba, you have to go back to the basics and you have to go back to knowing who you are talaga. So slowly but surely, we're trying to learn and we're trying to find ourselves here in this conference.
and came at a no better time. You have two heavy games against the Choco Mucho Flying Titans and the PLDT high-speed hitters. It's a long journey. It will be tough. What will you do to prepare with the Cool Smashers? What can we expect in the coming games?
Oh wow, it's gonna be an exciting, interesting games. Upcoming games. We'll definitely work harder. We'll polish everything in practice. We'll listen to our coaches, and of course, we have to really find ourselves and really play happy during the latter part of this conference.
We all saw it, the enjoyment, the movement, the fluidity of the Creamline Cool Smashers. Now, Eliza, we have many Cool Smasher fans here in the Phil Sports Arena. Anyone you want to greet, think this is your chance.
Wow, maraming salamat po sa lahat ng mga pumunta dito para manood. To All-Filipino, thank you so much to all the fans and supporters of the Creamline Cool Smashers. Maraming salamat po. Sana magkita-kita po ulit tayo sa mga upcoming games namin. I just want to say congratulations also to my best friends Samantha Bernardo and Scott Moore. Congratulations on your wedding. Belated happy birthday to Coach Roger, to Coach Clint, to Kyla, also Kyla Atienza, and happy birthday to Bea Tan. And advance happy birthday to my brother. And to all the people na nagsa-celebrate po ng birthday nila dito, happy birthday po. And to my family in Batangas, hello po. And abangan niyo po tomorrow, Spikers Turf. Sana manood kayo. Magkita-kita po tayo dito sa Phil Sports Arena.
Thank you so much, Eliza. Dip, Noreen, let's close this out.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
And there you have it, our best player of the game. Well-deserved for the Phenom, Eliza Valdez. That interview with Franny Reyes, just exuding that energy. And grabe yung pinakita ni Eliza Valdez. We talked about the inspiration that she gave to her teammates. What a play and what a win for the Creamline Cool Smashers.
You know, in that interview, you can sense that she knows it's not going to be as easy as... It's never easy, but easier like the previous conferences, right? They know it is going to be hard work if they want to pull off this conference. So they acknowledge that and they're going to work hard for that.
Right, and with this victory for Creamline Arena, they make a good case of entering the semifinals. Although it's still tied, no? So you can't tell until probably the last game day. But looking at the standings, Choco Mucho PLDT up there with 1 loss, but Creamline improving to 7 wins and 2 losses.
Yeah, so for me now, the pressure shifts on other teams like Petrogas, Cherry. They need to win. That's what we said of Creamline. They needed to win today. Same goes for the other teams vying for the Final Four. Final numbers there, we can see attacks, blocks, aces, and less errors are all categories pointing to a Creamline win. But what you like, you appreciate the efforts of Nxled.
Right.
See their development, you see their improvement, and you can only be excited for their organization.
The future is bright. This is only their second conference in the Premier Volleyball League for the Creamline Cool Smashers, though, making a strong case for their semifinals appearance. Meanwhile, games will continue on Tuesday, still here inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig. Signal will face Petrogas Angels. PLDT will face Cherry Tigo. Both of those games with bearings for the semifinal seeding in our tournament. As we thank you all for joining us in our Saturday coverage here on One Sports and on Pilipinas Live. On behalf of our courtside reporter Franny Reyes, my partner Noreen Go, this is Dip Dipianco saying thank you for watching the Premier Volleyball League All-Filipino Conference. This is the Heart of Volleyball.